Hello everyone, Attack Power here with the Division 3 playoff semi-final between Colonel Koenig and Hypokrass in Season 10 of the Steel Division 2 League. Let's dive right in. Alright, here we are folks, we're on Orsha North, and on the left, in the red, we have Colonel Koenig playing 6th Corupl Territorial on Maverick Income. And on the right, in the blue, we have Hypokrass playing Ryhma Raappanna, also on Maverick Income. So two interesting choices here, both divisions with some really strong infantry. Of course, 6th Territorial, much stronger in the tank department and armored department, but the light armor of the Ryhma should be quite solid here on this mount. Of course, even with the strong infantry of 6th Territorial, they will not be able to win the CQC fights against those Yaakari and stuff in the forest. So it should be a very interesting matchup, to say the least. And with both players on Maverick, we're not going to see any sort of income disparity at any point. Let's zoom in here and see what we got going down. A Moti, a Lunatist, a Breda AT 47mm, we have Grandicelli Kaladi, a 45mm AT gun, a Venatori Ducata, Moti, a Leader, another Grandicelli, and a Moti. So a nice little mix of troops there. Into the center here, we have several Schwaloses. We have a ZB-53 heavy machine gun. We have Moti, Lunatist, Kadarashi Sniper, Breda, and a Moti. Coming in the center here, ZB-53, and then down south, we have a Schwalose M32 45mm AT gun. We have a Pioneer Assault already, Kadarashi Moto, Moto, Lieutenant, and then a Breda 45 AT gun. Up north for the Finns here, we have a Latil AT rifle, some Yaakari, some Sisi, a Rangastus, it's a heavy machine gun, a Yaakari, Ratsuvaki Leader, a Pioneer, and a Tankin Torunta, excuse me. And then we have in the northern middle here, we have Latil, Yaakari, Takampuya, a heavy machine gun, a T-26B, and something else got thrown down there, a CC, I believe. And in the center, we have a Latil, a Takampuya, and a BA-10. And down south, we have double Latil, a CC, Takan Torunta, a BA-10, a Ratsuvaki Leader, and 2 Yaakari. So it should definitely be very interesting. The infantry out of Ryhma Raappanna, much more efficient than the infantry out of 6th Territorial. 6th Territorial with more expensive infantry for sure, that are perhaps a bit more flexible. Like Multi can fight at either close or long range very effectively, with their TNT and or double MG34. On the flip side, of course, Yaakari only good at CQC. And yet like Kavadi specifically for longer range for this division. So it should be a very interesting matchup. The center should, at least starting in phase B, the center should be pretty dominated by 6th Territorial, technically speaking. And, but in A phase, it could be anyone's game. And off we go. We have an MS-406 Recon plane coming in right at the beginning. 55-point plane. It's pretty expensive, but it's pretty zippy at 490 kilometers. Does have very bad resilience, though, so that's kind of crappy. Can shoot things down, though, because it actually does have a 20 mil. So, see what he's checking out. There's no AA out of Corupl. And we have a JU-88 right off the bat coming in with that Recon to spot some troops out. It's going to miss, though. All of this stuff... No. Uh-oh. By trying to dodge, he's actually made it worse. Yeah, if he had just driven by, this would have all gotten by. So that's super awkward. The Breda gun goes down. I'm surprised Koenig's bringing in the Pioneer Assault in A phase. I feel like he desperately needs these. More of them, because it's his only unit that might actually be able to win forest fights against the Yaakari, and now he's already brought him in. It does manage to cut off one Yaakari, but the others do get onto the hill here. No push into this town. It's very common to see a push there, but we do not see one here. See a lot more troops going into the center. We'll see a pretty big push down north. Oh, no! Oh, goodness gracious. The Pioneer Assault go down in the transport. What a huge loss. He doesn't have many of those to start. Now he just lost another one. Oh, that one puts a knot in my stomach. Okay, anyway. 45 mil. Will it be able to take out this BA-10? It's on APCR. Gets a turret stuck, though. It's not a bad one to get. Smoke will go down and help cover off that BA-10. Recon plane going for that ZB-53. Currently 13-11 for Koenig, capturing this northern position, pinning down the CC. Killing these is pretty key because these are extremely strong. Lunatist is going to go down here to the Yaakari. Yeah, he really wants to kill this off. This is honestly like the most dangerous unit out of this entire division. and you get a lot of them. It's not like you don't get many. So this southern flag already fallen. This is going to be kind of an issue. Now, there's not a lot here to back up this push. These troops need to get in, though, quickly. Grancheri Multi moving in as well. BF-109 finally in. The fighters, well, especially the A-phase fighters here for Colonel Koenig, not very strong at all. Later ones are still not that great. They're yaks and stuff, which is not anything to get excited about. We see a MS-406 fighter coming in now. 60 points, a little bit faster and bad resilience, so a step up, of course. And it's dirt cheap. Like, it's a very, very cheap fighter. Up north, though, Colonel did grab this position, did not kill off that CC. That may come back to bite him in the butt. Multi pushing forward here. We do have a T-70 Razvedka, the only vehicle that the Corporal can bring in A phase. Yakati coming in here to reinforce this grab. His infantry are getting into the woods, though. I mean, I feel like for Koenig, his main focus should be keeping these units out of the green forest. As long, just like here, the Multi kept the Yakari out, and he should be just fine at this point then. But anytime that those things can get in to the woods, he's going to be in a lot of trouble. Like, just serious struggle. Like, you see he's easily winning these fights at any range over 150 meters. But if he gets too close, these things are going to absolutely tear him apart. And these things surviving is already punishing him. Triple star CC is absolutely disgusting. Finally takes out one of the troops. Can the other one kill him off? There it goes. All right, finally clears that out. Ju-88 coming in, though, with its 50-kilogram bombs. We'll put down a nice spread here. Will it do much damage is the question. Not really. It really doesn't kill. I'm going to be honest with you. This sort of bomber doesn't really kill. I do not suggest using them usually. I think they're really quite bad, generally speaking. CC caught out in the open. Maybe with the help of the machine gun and the Taka Mpoya, it will win this fight. Multi's still focusing, though, on the CC. Do get that pin down. Need to fall back now. Yakari pushing in. A lot of push. Lot coming. Dubla getting deployed here. But it's going to actually be in a dangerous spot with all these troops coming in. Multi getting forced off. Multi are great CQC infantry, as in they have Molotov, they have a TNT, and they do have two submachine guns. It's not completely useless. Machine gun goes down to the Taka Mpoya. Remember, with the double sniper, it will kill units in the transport pretty consistently. It's actually really obnoxious. Multi get a nice burst off on the Yakari, but they're pushing through. He's got to keep him out of the green forest. Like I said, that is the key to this. The more Colonel can keep these troops out of the green forest, the more he will win. And the more they get into the woods, the more he will lose. CC taking a lot of damage, like I said, killing those off. Absolutely pivotal. 45 mil versus Yakari. That's not good. This Multi out of position to stop this thing from getting in. Needs to move this now, but I don't think he's seen it. Down it goes. The Yakari are in the woods, and that is a bad thing. Very, very, very bad. Multi getting wrecked by the 1,000-meter range machine gun on these CCs. Multi out in the open, but they are fighting at range, and this is where they want to be. To beat these Yakari. Whole bunch of Peonity Assault and Multi coming in. I'm kind of shocked he's going over here with these when it's down here where the break into the forest is happening. Lieutenant up close and very personal with these Yakari. That's going to be really bad. Yeah, they're dead. He's very dead. Down he goes. Yeah, that... this is all kinds of bad here. Yakari swinging to take out this Multi. Losing this hill is absolutely devastating. I mean, it's it's 2 flags at least. And usually can be developed into 3 flags with this one down here. He also needs to save this hill. Yakari do go down. They were out of Molotovs, I guess, so that's why they were able to kill him. These Yakari are pretty weak, and Grancheri Kaladi might be able to handle them. This Yakari pinned down. He's got to push. He's actually doing a very nice job of breaking down some of these Yakari. Dubla on target. These things are absolutely disgusting. One of the best AA pieces in the game for price. Actually, for price, this is probably the best AA piece in the game. We're counting price and actual, like, killing ability. This thing is it. Of course, like, the Flakverling thing out of Toulon is stronger at the end of the day. You know, I do think this is better than an SDK of Z71, though. I really do. Ju-80K coming in for this cluster of machine guns and such. Shvadlos is, I think these are useless, personally. I honestly think this is just a useless machine gun. It's just not good. Like, it's bad. It only has a 1,000-meter range. It fires slowly. It suppresses slow. It doesn't do any of the things you need a heavy machine gun to do. But up north, infantry being broken down again. It feels like Koenig's currently has the advantage. The thing is to remember, though, the difficult thing about fighting Raappanna is everything they call in is dirt cheap. 20 points. Basically, all your infantry except those CCs are essentially 20 points. Maybe these Pianidi are 25. So you're constantly down trading to kill their stuff. You know, all these multi 30 points, they're not cheap. You do see this Akari getting through Tankentorunta now through as well. Granacheri Kaladi, these are efficient. They're 20 points. But Pianidi Assault, 30 points. You know, they're just expensive. They're great infantry. But they're generally 30 points, which means you're getting a 10-point down trade every time you're fighting. So, yeah, the Pianidi is 20 points. So when these both throw grenades, the Moti comes out. You know, the Pianidi's winning just by the fact that he spent 10 less points on it. Although he did kill it off, but we see that Moti's taking a ton of damage. Down the Granacheri Kaladi go. Still not back on that hill here, and now a wave of T-26s. We still have 2 minutes left of A phase, which means no armor here for the Colonel. 1311 currently for Hypokrass. Multi catching at the Lahitorunta there. Very nice, but a bunch of Pianiris and Lahitoruntas coming in. It looks like Hippo might be out of Yaakari for A phase. He's not calling any in. He's calling in all kinds of the, like, basically engineer units instead, which implies to me he's out of these for now. Again, as long as he kind of, like, develops this yellow cover and stuff, he should be all right. But Raappanna, very strong. Hypokrass in a nice position here, doing really well to work his way onto this hill and getting through some of these open spots, especially getting onto this hill. This was very impressive. This is what he wants to do. He's in these green forests, and now he's got to come in and get him. You notice Colonel has no desire to go in on this because he knows he's going to lose. 45 mil, nicely positioned here. T-70 left out to rot here. And ooh, that gets a bounce. That's shocking. The thing is, it's just not strong enough at killing soft targets for it to kill this off. I can't imagine. Down it goes. Yep. We do see a 75 mil already. These are really fast firing. They're like almost mortars. They're not, but they're very close. Double BF-109 up north trying to hunt down these fighters. BF-109 should be a fair bit faster. Yeah, it is. And it does actually get the kill. BF-109 just horribly weak loadout. T-26 though takes out the T-70. Really nice kill there. T-26s are solid overperformers. These are fantastic tanks. For 15 freaking points, you kill so many things that are worth a lot more points than that. They're pretty disgusting. Pianidi actually get a grenade off on the Pianidi Assault, so that's pretty rough. Takes one of those down. And again, because he called him in A phase, he's only got 4 of them, which really sucks. And the grenade does get off, and that means this Pianidi Assault going to basically die. Yeah, I don't agree with bringing these in A phase. I just feel like he needed more of these so desperately that it was kind of... I understand the concept. You're like, you want them early so you can fight back and hold ground. But, oh, I can't believe he left the Vekatin alive. Nope, he's got the Kadarashi on target. Can they finish it off? That would be huge. And they do. Nice kill there. Vekatin's a great AA piece. Even though it's only 20 mil, for whatever reason, it does a lot more damage than, like, say, the German 20 mil. I'm not 100% sure of the reason. I think it's just a better stats. So we're now into B phase. Both players getting their piles of income. We see a CS community here, which is like a 5-man double flamer team. And again, this is what I feel like Colonel should have done, is put his Pianidi Assault in B phase to give him 8 and a lot more flexibility in calling those in. But yeah, so now he's out. We have a horde of freaking T-26s here. CC in a beautiful position to cut off these infantry. Really nice play there. Kadarashi, though, in range, so they will be able to use their MG42s to fight back a little bit here. Will they kill it, though? Because it's in green color. He moved the Kadarashi and didn't unload them. I'm not sure if that was a micro mistake. I'm not sure why at this point he wouldn't just unload them and save his Kadarashi, because the Kadarashi are getting pinned out in the open here. And there they go. T-70 should help. Here comes the first T-34-85. Fighter does go down. BF-109 taking down another one of those fighters. And the Colonel has grabbed this northern hill. And this is going to get really rough for Hippo to get back into this position. Because he just doesn't have the range units to push back in. A single T-3485 here could just basically spell complete lockout. You know, I really like this position right here. Boom, there you go. Covers this whole road. Just rough. Ratsavaki leader getting caught out and killed. Ooh, that hurts. All Yakari got are some rifles to work with at this range. Leader being used very aggressively, though. They do have a sniper, so it's not like they're not good, but middle flag recaptured by Colonel now, and that's back to a 13-11. But Yakari going to get in, going to clear out these Karadashi-moto really quickly. Oh, gosh, the Swomies are so good. But he's staying out of the 100-meter range. Now, Swomies are 150-meter range. That is important to note. They actually can reach out a little further. Karadashi versus Taken Torunta, it will win, but here comes the T-26 horde. But there is a Venatori Dakata. He's going to get spotted by those Yakari. There it is. He does have the spot. Yakari, though, out of Swomie range, so this should be just rifles firing here. But they are semi-automatic rifles, so it's not like they're bad rifles. Venatori Dakata aligning, gets its Panzerschreck off, takes out one of the T-26Bs. Isn't falling back, though. I don't think Colonel has seen this happening, so this is really key that he keeps us alive to kill these T-26s. I mean, a lot of his infantry do have AT, but it's still going to be an issue. Pianieri pushing through here. Just drove by a whole bunch of stuff. That was interesting. Notice here, too, that Hippo is now bringing in reinforcements this way like this to avoid them getting picked off on this road. Definitely very nice to see. Yakari pinned down by the 75 mil. Latiel in a dangerous spot. Yakari killed off, turning back to a 13-11. Here comes a flak 36 88 mil. Surprised he called that in over just a Dubla or something. I guess he's looking for the 2K range. No, he's not. He's just putting it up on the hill here. Taken Torunta too deep in the forest to really do anything. And there's our T-3485. That's going to be rough to deal with here for Ryhma. Pianiti Assault versus Yakari. I do wonder. I would think the Pianiti Assault should win, especially double vet versus single vet. The CC under a little bit of pressure from the 75, and we'll see if it can manage to kill it off. It needs a lucky hit, though. I don't think there's any radio. Lieutenant Karadashi is going to get killed off here, standing in the open. It's not good. He needs this leadership really badly. Colonel making a bit of a misplay here. And down he goes. That's rough. Yeah, that was a bad misplay there by Colonel, leaving that there. Pianiti catching out some Yakari. And his northern position is not super strong right now. These troops will cut in. A lot of Shvalos as EB's 53s coming in. Central Hill barely being held on, but Hypokrass continues to hold on desperately. Pianiti Assault in position now, finding some Yakari out in the yellow cover. Oh, that's devastating. And he will surrender both of those. Wow, really nice play there. T-26B is in danger from the Venatori Dakata. All the other T-26 have been taken out by this first one. Karadashi's gonna get spotted first. Actually, I'm shocked this thing spotted this. Does this have better optics than usual? No. So I'm not sure how this saw this recon unit, to be honest with you. I guess it was just close enough. Sioski Pione has Swomies and 2 Flamers. The issue with it is it's just a 5-man squad. It dies off really quick, and it's not... It is cheap now. It is 20 points. At some point, I feel like it was 25. Maybe I'm wrong. Karadashi Moto caught out in the open. They are double star, though. Interesting to see the Colonel bring these in at double star. Now, the veterancy curve on these is really good. So it's not like completely crushing to bring the double star Karadashi Moto. They're Panzergrens, but with a higher availability. I mean, that's it. That's all they are. So they are very strong. Sioski Pianiti here versus the Pianiti. I think he got the grenade off, I assume. Yep, and down he goes. Moti taking out those Pianiti. I'm 100% sure Colonel's wishing he had a couple more of these Pianiti assaults right now. Rangusta heavy machine gun will... Well, I thought it would win this fight easily, but maybe it won't. ZB-53 looks like it's going to get the pin first. Heavy machine's going to fall back, and the Karadashi is going to get into this position. Unless something moves to stop. This Pianiti is causing so many issues, it's actually incredible. He's held up now 100 120 points of troops with this single 25-point unit. That is really impressive. 75 mil coming in. These are fantastic light AT guns. They're super duper good. Double CC in the forest. Not a fan of this play at all. This is not where these guys belong. This is one of the only strong long-range units in Ryhma, so I'm really shocked to see him using them that way. Whole pile of Peonides and CCs and such coming in. Again, I'm not a huge fan of him putting these in the woods and stuff. They're really his best weapon for like this town here or this building, but now the Colonel taking over the open ground, which should be his place to shine. I mean, there's really not much to stop in the open. Yeah, I think it's up to Hippo to make sure that he continues to pressure the flanks, because that's where he wants to be fighting. Vekatin very far forward, but in a nice position to stop this IL-2KR. Surprised that he brought this in B phase. I just don't... I mean, it's a solid unit, but I just don't find it to be super strong in B phase. Vekatin already getting smoke coming out of that thing. Like I said, Vekatins are just deadly. I'm not 100%... Again, I'm not 100% sure why. I think they just have slightly better stats than a regular 20 mil. But they seem to just put the damage down. Kanadashi catching out some Peonides here with their sniper, but the other one is going to catch them and kill those. Down it goes. Leader goes down. Miss micro there by Hippo. Vekatin catching out the Peonide assault. Colonel's losing one of his last super strong CQC units. Peonide goes down. Vekatin retargeting here. Kanadashi Moto, though, will do a lot of damage. They are running out of ammo, though. Thank goodness this unit finally got fixed. Its ammo before had half the rifle ammo, which meant it ran out of ammo after, like, 2 or 3 engagements. It was ridiculous. JU-88 tried to save the day, couldn't get there in time. Colonel has recaptured his flag, bringing it to a 15-9 with the flags he captured in the center. Kanadashi trying to keep these Ratsuvaki out. He is 7-man, so he should do all right. 75 mil now on the hill. Has no chance of killing this T-3485 at range like this. Has a nice HE gun, though, so it's doing some good damage here. T-3485 should kill it, though. Here's one of those 122 mils. Very common to see these in this division. You just call them in quick. A lot of times people will direct fire them, like literally put on the edge of this hill and have it direct fire things. Up north. The push has gotten through, but he's still losing this flag, awkwardly. CC doing what CC do best, firing at range, crushing some Kanadashi Moto. Talking to Runta here, still hiding in the woods. I'm not sure what the point of this is if he's not going to put it in a position to actually kill something. Still 14-10 here to the Colonel. We are coming up to the end of B phase. IL-2KR laying down some fire, but cannot pin that CC. The machine gun would have finished the job. CC decide to make for the hills. ZB-53 pinning down some Ratsuvaki. Very nice. It's a good pushback here from Hippo to recaptures, but he needs to clear this out completely in order to, you know, get this flag back, of course. It's got some more Ratsuvaki and Kavadi coming in. I'm not... Does he have more Yaakari is the question. Because he's not calling any in. It's been all Ratsuvaki now. Very possible he doesn't. IL-2KR now doing... Oh my goodness. Wow. That was a lot of damage. I mean, they're out in the open, but they were falling back, so I assumed they would have taken less, but they didn't. It's a huge kill. Another AT gun, I believe, with that? Yeah. AT gun down. The Air Force suddenly becoming kind of dangerous. IL-2KR is doing some serious damage. The Vekatin's getting killed off. He lost one here and one up north. Here's another one, though. He needs these badly because he's getting mauled by these IL-2KRs. Here it comes again. Will it kill it in one strike? No, it gets forced off. We do have a 40 mil Bofor here. T-26 taking fire from the Flak 36, and that will take that out. Hippo's extremely limited armor getting killed off here. Ratsuvaki versus Moti. The Moti should win with their TNT. But, Hippo successfully pushing it back to a 13. Well, I'll just say that and it's back to a 14-10. But the point is, he's making some nice ground back here. Might be able to turn it around. Players both still very close, so it's not like Hippo's totally out of this or anything like that by that stretch. And remember, we're now into the players have no points phase. See, double leader? Oh, he is deploying it to 2 different places. Yeah, I think Colonel's been a little loose with his leaders. He's lost several A bit unnecessarily, to be honest with you. Takaturuta finally goes down to the multi here. Yakari getting caught out by the ZB-53. That's definitely not ideal. Kadarashimoto redeploying to try to stop this. Multi continued to holding the lines. I told you they beat out those Ratsuvaki pretty easily, but now at this level of health, the Ratsuvaki here should win. We have 109 G2 doing a strafe run, just trying to get some suppression on there. There's a Vekatin though, so he needs to get out of there quickly. Back to a 12-12. Nice turnaround here for Hypokrass. A very nice turnaround indeed. Kadarashimoto, very strong, will beat those Rahitonunta at range. We now see some Avtos. Really surprising choice, to be honest with you. I just don't think Avtos are good. But in this situation, yeah, they're great. Multi wastes a grenade. And we've still only seen this T-3485, and we've seen no others, so I mean, nothing's really demanded that has more of them, but on the flip side, they're still very strong. Ju-88 actually forced off before he can drop the bombs. Hippo trying to develop his push up north here. The advantage here for Ryhma at this point is the 80 points can get a lot more stuff out of Raappanna than it can get out of 6th Territorial. That's the thing. Latiel trying to get on target of that T-78 can definitely kill it. I mean, these Latiels have, from the side, they can definitely pen it. DB-53 pressuring the CC really nicely. The Colonel did get into this town, but was pretty heavily forced out by this combo of Finnish infantry. Colonel back to a 13-11, re-grabbing this flag, just hiding out behind this building. Doesn't want to deal with these Maxims at the moment. Artillery coming down on that 88. I'm not a fan of Raappanna on Maverick. I just think it does so much better when you can just pile on troops at the end of the game and call in masses of artillery and things like that. The problem is Orsha North is a very Maverick-centered map. There's not often that I feel like an income works specifically on a map. But this map specifically, if you lose these hills, it's so hard to win the game. You know, if you lose either of the hills, it is so hard to win the game at that point. So Maverick is kind of demanded so you don't lose one of the hills early. You kind of need to do it just so you don't lose those hills early in the game. And now in an impressive turnaround, Hippo looks like he might be able to capture this hill. He's pinched off these troops over here. Finally recaptured this, pushing in. Lieutenant, though, causing a little bit of an issue, although the Lieutenant's about to run out of sniper ammo, which will make it basically useless in combat. T-70 barely holding off the waves of troops here. I have to imagine, though, that Hippo is probably out of CCs. Ratsuvaki recaptures his Hippo on a 13-11 finally, turning it around. Really nice turnaround here. Takaturuta, I mean, yeah, it doesn't have it. This is not a good position for it. Takarashi, it's not obviously not something you really want fighting, but I mean, he's using them quite aggressively instead of the Avtos, which are right behind. Pioniti here holding this flag. Cheeky hold here for Hippo to get that 13-11. 88 continues to be pressured by the 122. Is there any other artillery? There's a second 122 there. T-3485 gets penetrated by the 75 mil. The heat is 90 millimeters of penetration, which is fine, but against 110 millimeters of armor, I wouldn't think it should have a chance of penning at all. Maybe it caught a side shot. I'm not sure. Now remember, heat does not lose penetration at range. So like this is 90, it has 90 millimeters of penetration at all ranges. It still shouldn't be able to pen that. Kadadashi Moto getting forced off. Moti getting forced off by this singular man here. And the machine gun. Pioniti just pushing on through. Does get killed off finally. Maybe a bit too aggressive there. BA-10 coming in. A whole bunch of Ratsuvaki. Up north, Yakari versus the Moti at range is not a good fight. But Hippo on a 14-10 now. A really impressive turnaround from him, because he was really on the back foot. 75 mil getting rearmed. I mean, this thing is basic, especially if you put veterancy on it. And I'm a fan of getting veterancy on these things. Ends up at 14 rounds a minute. They're essentially, they really are essentially a radio mortar with infinite range, which is, you know, pretty darn good. Of course, when you get at like long range, they really can't hit the broadside of a barn anymore, unless you somehow have radio back there. T-3485 is getting into position. We do see the second one here that came in a little bit ago. Su-76 is an interesting call-in. There is way better artillery out of this division. I'm assuming he just wants it for the counter battery, but even so, there's the 100mm artillery piece that is so very good. It fires extremely fast and makes it very good at counter battery. Dubla getting on target on this Ju-88, causing the smoke. This thing's so deadly. IL-2KR cannot catch that Ju-88 quite quick once it drops its bomb load. Moti got back on the hill but is being forced off again. Plenty of AA now out for Hippo. Although there's double Vekatin down south, so that should be enough to hold most things off. Avtos versus Ratsavaki in the woods. I'm actually interested to see how that one goes. Avtos hurt a little bit, so it's not an exactly fair. And then they are double stars, so they should be more capable. The leader out of position needs to be pushed forward to give this triple star, and then I'd be pretty confident the Avtos win. BA-10 catching out some infantry. The machine gun did get killed off, so Colonel bringing it back to a 12-12 now. Up north, though, Hippo recaptures the flag, re-getting that tick, really needs it. Remember, there's a time limit on this game of 50 minutes, and we are at about 28 now, so coming up on 30. So just past the halfway point of this game. And the line seals quiet. Both players happy to sit for a minute, try to bring in some troops. Remember, they're only got 80 points a tick, so it's going to take time for them to build up the massive forces in order to make pushes. ZB-53 versus 3 units, not great, although the BF-109 trying to even the odds, but the Vekatins on target. I don't think that BF-109 is going to make it. Oh no, gets the target change because of the IL-2KR. IL-2KR on target on the 20 mil. That was cheeky. That was very cheeky. And the second one coming in, is it going to claim its kill? It won't. It gets forced off by the 40 mil Bofors. Ooh, that's unfortunate there for Colonel. Really wanted that kill. Really wanted that kill pickup. T-3485 up against the 75 mil once again. These things fire so fast too. T-70 though, feeling like a big boy right now. Forcing off some infantry, not much to stop him. Avtos into the woods. Will they beat this Pianiti? Well, when they target the freaking 75 mil, no, they won't. But they did do enough, and down goes. Nice clear out there from the Avto. T-3485 actually went down to that 75 mil. Honestly shocked. That's a 20 millimeter of armor difference. I'm not sure I agree that should be penetrating, but remember, guns can penetrate things they have no right to penetrate. Up to a point. You know, if there's a 50 plus millimeter difference, I'm pretty sure the chance is 0%. But I guess 20 or below, really, it can penetrate. Especially with the heat shell, you know, any range is basically getting its maximum penetration chance. T-70 moving in to take on that BA-10. The problem is it left its APCR on. Bad choice. Gets a turret stuck, but that's not going to stop the BA-10 from firing back. Yeah, and that APCR probably going to ruin it for him. Oh, but the vehicle turned and then didn't fire. Oh, that is awkward. Very lucky there for the Colonel. Kadadashi getting pinned down, though. In come another pile of Ratsavaki. Yeah, he called it no more Yakade. It's just Ratsavaki from here on out, it appears. Moti versus Ratsavaki, of course, the Moti much stronger, but out in the open, and that's never good. Pack 38 goes down. That's a pretty bad loss there. He does not have a lot of those. Hippo on the 1410, though. Holding down the fort. Really has turned this around, but Colonel's still in the lead. Like, if he brings it back to a 12-12 and sits, he will win. Nope, these are not the 100 mil. I'm shocked he didn't bring the 100 mils in, because they're so strong. There's a lot of AA and out now. These IL-2, even in the double call-in, I just don't think are going to get anywhere. This time he is targeting. You can see that he's purposely targeted this so he actually gets the kill, so they don't change target and target the other IL-2. Will the Vekatins pull out the kill here? Nope, he gets away. But he will be out of action for quite a while. Now a 13-11 for Hippo. This is tight. It's very tight. Now where can Colonel get some flags? Maybe the town here. I mean, really, he should be able to grab this open flag. There's really no reason that he shouldn't be dominating this open area. IL-2 now coming in the middle. Does spot that Ratsavaki, does a crap ton of damage. Man, these can really pump out the damage. I don't remember them doing so well. They did way back, and then there was the nerf to ground attacking. I just thought these guys never really came back to goodness, but I would be very wrong about that. Kadarashi doing a nice work with their sniper, pinning things down. ZB-53 is well going to help out. This Maxim should get pinned relatively quickly, I would think. Especially switching targets, it's not going to pin anything. Ratsavaki up north do get eliminated. CC not going to hold any ground here. We're back to a 12-12 with Colonel still slightly in the lead. Neither play really being able to, like, get a hole. Really make a, like, a punch through. Colonel pretty strong down south, while up north, Hypokrass is quite strong. Grabbing the 13-11 again with this flag here. Takes out the Maxim, though. And that was probably the strongest unit going on here. 75 mil now opening up. What is it going after? It's going after the Avtos. Misses. Remember that heat shell pretty low on accuracy. And will miss twice. So the Avtos will get away with that cheeky call. And Multi going a different direction this time. ZB-53 and Kadarashi, but now there's a Takampoya here. That's very dangerous. That will kill off that ZB-53 quite quickly. 75 mil opening up on the Kadarashi. I think the Kadarashi is going to lose this with all the suppression on there, and it might just get killed off straight up. Yeah, oof. Down south, Avtos went off against the Ratsavaki there. And the pressure continues to be on here. This can really go either way. The points are so close, and the players are locked in at 12-12. This is so exciting. Let's see if the... Oh, this is a Pack 38, so this is going to struggle more, actually, because at the range, it's going to have the penetration drop-off, so, you know, it's got 100mm penetration, so it's really going to be closer to 90-80. You know, it's going to actually struggle harder than the 75mm. Another T-3485 leader coming in, and one up north. I guess the one in the center did die somehow. The 122, I would assume. These can be used as very strong AT guns if you can get them in range at 1500 meter range. They have extremely high penetration, a pretty good heat shell accuracy, actually. Slow fire rate, that's not helpful. Not seeing where it dies. Is that it there? I don't know. Well, whatever, we don't say. Maybe this is the same T-3485, but I doubt it. Dubla on target on the Ju-88. I have a feeling it may take it out. Might run out of ammo. And, oh, wow. Gets away. That's a bummer for Colonel. But we're back to a 12-12 again. A leader pumping up all these troops. Kadadashi's still just a great sniper unit. Really is quite strong. Not as strong as the CC, mind you, but still quite good, especially with some AT as well. Southern units getting broken down. There's a wall of Ratsavaki here, though. Up north, this flag about to get captured. Moti fighting back to keep it. I mean, I have to imagine the Colonel's running out of ZB-53s. He's called in a crap load of them. T-3485 catching out the Takan Torunta here. This thing's going to be an issue to deal with. Takes out the machine gun on the hill. He hasn't spotted the Taka yet. And Colonel Koenig back to the 13-11. Finally turns it around. Ratsavaki getting caught out and killed. That's rough. ZB-53 goes down to the 75mm. Kadarashi trying to take out the Ratsavaki. As long as the CC don't get involved, it will do it just fine. Colonel now on a 13-11. Hippo suddenly on the back foot again. After doing so well making ground up here, he just can't get... He hasn't put more troops in here. I'm surprised he hasn't called in 3 or 4 Ratsavaki just to go up into this area and really actually lock it down. 88 finally goes down to the artillery there. So nice kill there for Hippo. But this southern push is very dangerous now. Ratsuvaki, of course, on the back foot. They're just not as strong. The Avtos might be able to get into this. I'm not sure. Vekatan with its AP takes out that T-70. That's cool to see. Don't see that often, but yeah, they just pour them out. What is the penetration? 30 millimeters, yeah. So they can really easily kill light armor. Moti killing off that Latiel. That survived the entire game. Very nice. But yeah, Colonel back on the tick here. It's just so hard to swing these back and forth in this Maverick income. CC, though, winning out against the Kadarashi, and it only has one man left and it survives. That's a rough loss there for the Colonel. Sorry, grabbing a drink. These long matches, you know. Still anyone's game. This is still very close. Hippo can 100% still turn this around and pull out the win here. Without a doubt. This is not signed, sealed, delivered yet. DB53 taking a crushing attack from the Takampoyo. Probably will die off here. Yeah, I kind of surprised he's not just putting like recon right here behind the T-3045 just a spot for it. 75 mil trying to hold thing out. Here comes an I-153. We usually see these right at the beginning of the game. Usually you generally need two of them to kill something off. But we'll see. Oh, wait. Did he lose sight? No, he should 100% see it. This was kind of dumb. I'm not sure why he did this. T-3045 now running away, and it might get out of line of sight before the I-153 can get on target. I'm, again, really confused why he did what he did. Does get its rockets off. Wow, gets an engine stall. Really nice hit there. IL-2, though, on target. Will kill that out. Has very bad resilience, so it dies very easily. They're kind of like sacrifice planes just to desperately kill a tank. They're very good at it, and they're pretty cheap for a... They're very cheap for a AT plane, but they do die quite easily. Hippo holding on to some key flags here down south. If Colonel put enough pressure, he would be able to just pop this really quick. Moti versus Takantarunta, especially in the open here with the cover differential. Moti should absolutely shred through these. And they are. Vekatan in a dangerous spot. It can definitely defend itself, but I'm not sure it can do it well enough. The 75 mil will definitely help, though. T-3485 back into position now. Targeting up that 75 mil, I assume. No, he's going after the Takantarunta, which he's spotted on the hill. Misses his shot, and they get unloaded. Unfortunate there. BA-10 Avto chasing after it. They will not catch it, especially with the heavy machine gun there. Although that's now caught off by the 45 mil. Maxim with only 1,000 meter range won't be able to reach it. Artillery continues to roar here. Now targeting the edge of this town, hoping maybe to open that up. And surprised not just pouring it on down up here. Killing that Vekatan's pretty key. Hippo might be out of infantry. He's calling in Takantaruntas all over the place, and I think he's out of infantry. We've not actually seen more Ratsuvaki or anything lately. This is kind of why I think every Raappanna deck needs like 100 infantry at least, because they're just cheap. So you just keep calling them in. You know, they're not hard to call a gajillion of them in, and all of a sudden they're all gone. I had 4 IL-2KRs coming in. Will any of them get through? No, nope. He calls off the run. Needs to actually kill off some of this AA if he wants to do something like that. ZB-53 getting spotted out. With the Ratsuvaki already pinned pretty heavily, they should win out on this, but unless he keeps moving them. Moti will get killed off here. They're too weak. Too weak. I-153, here comes another 122 howitzer. Yeah, Hippo's out of infantry, and it does not look like Colonel's out yet. Again, the difficulty of having more expensive infantry, you're not calling them in with such fervor. Moti, will they get a kill on this thing? They do. Does the damage it needed to do. Will they? I think he'll die, I assume. This other multi needs to get into position to kill these. Problem is that Taken Torunta really don't do anything in the forest. Like, they have some rifles and that's about it. Artillery coming down for that Vekatin, trying to kill that off. I-153 after that T-3485 again. Will it claim its kill? No, it loses sight. Still 12-12. Colonel still in the lead. Only 8 minutes remaining. Hippo's got to find some flags here if he wants to turn this around. The PA-10 here catching out the artillery. Artillery making a run for it. Does get away. That's great. Love to see it. He's out of HE shells, though, so he's going to have a really hard time actually killing this now. T-3485 now on the hunt for that. Avto's pushing in for the town. This could be the nut. This could be the cracking of the nut here. Straw that breaks the camel's back as Hippo continues to hold on. 75 mil does have AP. I just noticed that. Yeah, so he should definitely be able to kill this. And he does. PA-10 goes down. 13-11, there it is. Hiding behind the building. Pianiti can't get close enough. Vekatin's still alive in the woods here. Both Vekatin's very hurt, though. Not that that keeps him from firing just fine. Smoke coming down so the Avtos can maybe get into this woods. They will beat into the town. They will beat the Ratsuvaki just fine. Multi wipes out that heavy machine gun. These support weapons are in such danger to this Multi. Multi, though, running out of ammunition. I don't know why. It just feels like these new Finnish divisions just seem to not have much ammo. I don't know why they're always running out of ammo. These Multi, Kadarashi, Moto, all these new Romanian units just feel like they have low ammo counts. I'm not sure why. And if you're still here, make sure to hit that like button and subscribe. You're a champ. Appreciate you watching. Really do. Check out that Patreon below if you really want to support the channel. Thank you. I assume I'll be saying it sometime soon, so apologies for like the double call. 83 mils pushing forward. Never seen this. I think I've seen this unit used once. I lied. It's a 55-point artillery piece. It's not bad. It's just weird. Yeah, Hippo just throwing everything he's got now. Try to get in. Avto gets killed off before he can get in. The smoke. He took too long, way too long to follow up the smoke. And the second Ratsuvaki an issue there. Does get the pin. Not close enough to get the surrender, unfortunately. And the other Ratsuvaki continuing to fire. Will he get out of range? He does get the surrender. And he just gets out of range just as he's pinned down. Once he unpins, he will recapture this. I-153 here sent its missiles somewhere. Probably at one of these T-3045s. Probably dead. I want to see the difference here. 176 for the 20 mil. Does 0.5 damage. Okay, Vekatin. Oh, it does 1 damage. That's the difference. Because it's double, right? Yeah, it's got 2 cannons, so it's firing double. That's why it does so much better than the 20 mil. Interesting, interesting. Finally, a push down south to try to close this hole here. As now Hippo, I mean, on a single tick, I don't think he wins this anymore. The gap is becoming too large. And the thing is, Hippo's nowhere near capturing anything. Really surprising to see him run out of infantry first. But when you do Maverick versus Maverick, you really got to plan for this. Because it happens a lot. It is very common to go super long game because of this. I don't know why you bring the 20 mils in this division at all. When you have Dublas, you have 4 Dublas at the single vet. If you bring them no vet, you get 6. And then you have the 88s as well. It feels very unnecessary. IL-2's pushing into the center. Do kill one of the leaders. The other is going to basically take out this Ratsuvaki. It does take it out all the way. Really nice there. IL-2s are really overperforming in my opinion. Multi-in kills off the leader again. P2 can't do anything to stop it. Flag down south captured. Colonel on a 15-9 now. And Hippo throws in the towel. What a game. What a game. 4,460 kills to 3,290 kills. We could see that in the game for sure, that disparity there. And yeah, Peony Assault, still a really strong unit. Multi does a really nice job there. Let's see. Karadashi Moto doing a lot of damage there. I'm surprised how little he used his T-3485s, to be honest. I feel like he could have really boxed out the center and just decided not to. Decided to go pound for pound with Raappanna and did it. Gotta say, he really did. Multi doing a lot of damage there. The thing is, when you play Raappanna, there's always like a laundry list of kills because, again, all their troops are so cheap. On the flip side here, CCs are incredible. They do so much damage. Yeah, Akari really strong. CC again. Every CC is just like an absolute like force of destruction. One of the best units in the game, in my opinion. I need to make a top 10 list of like just the best, straight up best, like efficient units in the game. CC is on there for sure. If you guys enjoyed this content, hit that like button, subscribe, and consider supporting on Patreon. Thanks a bunch and have a fantastic day.